He spat in my face in front of his own sister, a woman who was standing there trying to protect me, and he still did it. That moment tried to tell me who I was. It lied. Welcome back to She Choose Peace. Today I am going somewhere I have never gone before on this channel. A specific memory, a specific moment, one that tried to break me completely. And I am sharing it today, not because it still hurts, but because it no longer does. And that difference is everything. A memory came up for me this week. I had to reach out to my ex-husband about property. We still co-own together. Something practical, something adult. He never responded, and my reaction surprised even me. I thought, typical, that was it. No devastation, no anger, no waiting by the phone, just typical. And that reaction took me back to a moment years ago when typical looked very different. He was cheating on me again. And when I confronted him, he didn't apologize. He didn't feel remorse. He was furious, not about what he had done, but that I had found out. And in that argument, he spat in my face. And I want you to understand something about that moment. He didn't do it in private. He did it in front of his own sister, a woman who was standing there trying to protect me. And he still did it. That is not a man who lost control in the heat of an argument. That is a man who knew exactly what he was doing and believed there would be no consequences. That is the face of someone who had been allowed to go too far for too long. And I stood there and I absorbed it because that was what survival looked like. Then absorbing things that no human being should ever have to absorb. That moment was designed to diminish me, to remind me of my place, to make me feel so small that I would stop asking questions, stop confronting, stop knowing my own worth. And for a long time, it worked. Because when someone treats you that way repeatedly, you start to believe you deserve it. That is not weakness. That is what prolonged abuse does to a person. It rewires the way you see yourself. It makes the unacceptable feel normal. And it keeps you stuck in a life that was never meant for you. But something happens when you finally get out, when the chaos stops, when the disrespect is no longer your daily reality. You start to remember who you were before someone convinced you that you were nothing. This week, I reached out to him about property taxes. He ignored me, and instead of feeling small, I felt free because his silence no longer has power over me. His disrespect no longer defines me, and the woman he spat on in front of his own sister is now a published author, a certified health and wellness coach, a podcast host, a community builder, a woman who chose peace and built a life that reflects it. The moment he spat in my face, he thought he was showing me who was in control. But what he actually did was show me exactly who he was and exactly what I needed to walk away from. His sister saw it. She was standing right there, and even with a witness, even with his own flesh and blood in the room, he still chose disrespect. That told me everything I needed to know. Every act of disrespect he showed me, Every moment that tried to break me was building something in me he never intended. Resilience, clarity, the unshakable knowledge that I deserve so much better, and I went and got it. I want to ask you something today. What moment tried to break you that actually built you instead? Because the things that were meant to diminish us have a way of becoming the very foundation we rebuild on. You are not what they did to you. You are what you chose to do after. If this episode touched something real in you, come find your people. She Choose Peace, Women Rebuilding After 50. These are women who know what it means to survive something that tried to take everything and come out the other side building something beautiful. The link is in the description, and visit us at shechoosepeace.org. Stay close. Something bigger is coming very soon. You are going to want to be here. He spat in my face in front of a witness, and I built an empire anyway, not out of bitterness, out of peace. This is your moment to choose peace. I'll see you in the next episode.